It is the 1st of February 2024 and it's been 3 years since the military seized absolute power in Myanmar. It's been 3 years since the military junta ousted the democratically elected government and stripped the civilian leaders of their power. It's been 3 years of civil war, military crackdown and violence against civilians. And 3 years later, there is still no light at the end of the tunnel. On the eve of the coup anniversary, Myanmar's army chief, Min Aung Hlaing, extended the emergency rule, vowing to crush all dissent. The move came as the military junta battles to contain a bloody pro-democracy rebellion that has severely tested its ability to govern the country. Min Aung Hlaing, who led the coup in 2021, said that the military would do whatever it takes to bring stability to the country. The military has continuously extended the emergency rule, in fact, since it seized power. But now it is facing its biggest challenge yet. An alliance of anti-coup forces as well as armed ethnic groups have made advances in their fight to overturn the military coup. Unlike the past, the people of Myanmar are challenging the coup with historic defiance and organization. The military junta today faces the wrath of not just the ethnic minorities, but also the ethnic majority. Since October, 3 powerful armed groups have launched coordinated offensives against the junta. In the northern regions of the country, the military is reportedly struggling to keep up, so much so that entire battalions have surrendered without a fight. And what's more, the military has lost large parts of the territory to the revolutionary forces. These anti-junta groups have successfully taken over various military posts and towns. 2 weeks ago, ethnic armed groups seized key towns in Rakhine State. This was a big setback for the military, but its losses are not limited to the battlefield. The junta's allies have started abandoning the State Administration Council. The military chief is also facing opposition within. Multiple reports talk about the discontent that is rising up the ranks. They are calling Min Aung Hlaing the worst leader in history. Officers in the Myanmar military, speaking to media outlets on condition of anonymity, talk about the humiliating defeats in towns and crossings. This is why the junta extends its military rule. The youth are leading the pro-democracy uprising. It is allied with a shadow government and other ethnic minority armies. These anti-coup groups have seriously dented the military's battlefield credibility. After 3 years, the revolution, as they say, is stronger than ever. The military labels these groups terrorists to curb them. The military junta has deployed heavy artillery and fighter jets. And let's not forget the human cost of all of this. Since the coup, at least 4,468 civilians have lost their lives. 2.3 million people have been internally displaced. Nearly 20,000 people have been jailed on political grounds. There have been mass killings. Entire villages have been burned to the ground. There have been airstrikes on civilians and violence across 106 townships. The United Nations, as well as the human rights groups, have accused the military generals of human rights abuses, including crimes against humanity. The military junta are saying they want stability, yet they refuse to negotiate with the ethnic groups. Efforts by Myanmar's neighbors to initiate talks have also seen no progress, by the way. In the year 2021, the junta had overthrown democracy, citing unaddressed electoral irregularities. It was just a few months after a landslide poll victory for the Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi. Her party had planned to change the constitution, cut the military out of politics, and bring it under civilian rule. That dream basically was shattered when the military abruptly snatched power, ending a decade of democracy and economic reforms. They say that they will hold elections soon and return Myanmar to quasi-civilian system, but it has disbanded 40 political parties. Aung San Suu Kyi has been jailed for 33 years. When the junta announced the extension of its rule yesterday, it vowed to ease the registration requirements for the political parties, but no time frame for the election was given. Western countries have signaled, though, they will not recognize the polls. The parallel national unity government, which controls all these militias, issued a statement along with 3 ethnic minority rebel groups. They say they are open to negotiations with the military, but talks are contingent on the military junta ceding power and bringing the armed forces under civilian control. If we were to read the tea leaves, we would say that the Myanmar military's hold on power looks more uncertain than at any time in the last 60 years. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.